think that this is something they're doing deliberately?
You are a hero in your story. You don't want to look bad.
I can now see Meelay on a different scope of things, in a different light. And I'm like, why haven't seen that? Why haven't we seen this all the while? Meelay is actually quite intelligent. And for her talking from a perspective that she did contribute in this conversation, I could not help but smile and be like, this girl deserves an extra week. Let's see what she can bring to the table. After all, with the other things she did last night. Let's start from this point. So, of course, guys, for everything we talk about, I'm going to be giving you clips so you get to understand it as much as possible. After the party last night, we noticed there was a chaotic fight between the polygamous family, and that is Jareed, Mpumi, Liema, and Els. Now, that happened, and these guys, Meelay, Taki, Sinaye, and Papa McJunior, were having a conversation downstairs in the room. And here was McJunior asking the question, do they think it is all an act that particular polygamous family is putting up? Basically, for him, he doesn't think that the first person referring to Liema, he doesn't think that it's a joke. In fact, he doesn't think that it's an act from all of them because he believes that none of them is that good an actor. Although that was a jab, we really understood it. And here was Taki also agreeing to that he actually feels, that it is not a joke, it is not an act, it is genuine, because they could see how Liema pours her emotions totally into the so-called ship. And then, of course, Taki exposed Mpumi, saying that Mpumi met him yesterday, or they had a conversation the previous day, and Mpumi was talking about how this is all a strategy for her. She's gone in that particular relationship so she could trend because she knows people will be talking about it outside of the house. I'm like, oh my God. First off, if Mpumi gets a hold of this conversation, it's going to be a problem. She cannot be friends with you. And such a lady with a strong personality is not going to, let it go. But then Sinaye also added that, he doesn't feel that Liema is actually joking. They were all shocked that Mpumi revealed this to Taki, but then Meelay's own contribution to the conversation is what got my attention. According to Meelay, she said yes, that obviously Mpumi would know that things are happening outside the house. People are going to talk. Be it a very unnecessary relationship, as long as you come in the picture, it's going to call for attention. And then she went on to add that a lot of people are just feeling that it's rubbish emotions. Now, these guys she's talking to, it's like, why is Liema or any of the girls wasting their emotions in such a relationship? Mpumi indicated that as much as it looks childish to anybody, that it is actually a strong point in the game and a strong strategy, because people will be talking about this. Why? Because there are ladies and there are guys outside the house who are in such relationships, and they would want to be the hero of their own story. Basically, they don't want to be the loser. And although the other people, Taki, McJunior, and Sinaye asked her, are you referring to winning the game or what? She said both winning the game, but most especially it's about the man. And Liema would not want to lose. That is why she keeps going on in this circle of rubbish happening almost every week, and they're always fighting and getting back together, that she knows that one way or the other it keeps people talking. Honestly, I respect this conversation, but then it seems like it was now time for Meelay to shine in Big Brother's house, because after that let me clear my throat and talk about this. We have a new sheep a lot on the block. So, Meelay and Sinaye, because right now we're going to having Minaye, because wow, Sinaye shippers are in the mud. I mean, yesterday they cried their hearts out because after that conversation happened, it was getting down to the night. It was now lights out, back to black and white. And here, they were still having random conversations, but it was mostly Taki, Sinaye, and Meelay. And, Meelay and Sinaye were on the same bed. He was like, oh, you left or you came back. That's nice. And she was like, she might leave anytime soon. But he pulled her back down. I was like, oh, just lay down. Now tell me, what's the most sensitive part of your body? And she pretended she didn't hear it. You need to play hard to get. And she was like, sensitive? He was like, yes. She raised his hand because his hand was going somewhere. She raised it up and moved it for a bit. I was like, probably my armpits. And then she pulled his hands out of her body. But then he brought it back. I was like, are you being serious? He said, she softly indicated that it was her mama enterprise. Where did I get that word from? It was her, what do you call it? It was her Sugar Island, yes. And he was like, ooh, really? And then he was telling her to take me there. She was like, I'm not taking you anywhere. Keep your hands up. And he laughed it off. But we all knew that something was going on there. And that didn't finish because these two people spent the night together. You heard me right. They spent the night together. And let me give you the full lowdown. So, I think it was Elsa's bed. They laid there and they were talking about random stuff. He was now telling her that, I knew you wanted to say something earlier. There was something you wanted to tell me, but you've been holding back. What is it? She was like, oh, no, nothing. It's nothing important. He kept teasing her and saying, you know what, you need to tell me and stuff. Soon, their voices became mumbled. And the next thing I could see or hear was the jamming of people's lips together. And it just kept going on and on and on. They would do that and say some words. I'm like, ooh. See, let me be honest. At some point, I saw something moving and I felt that maybe his hands went to the paradise, her paradise. Because there are words that are supposed to be in this video. And when they were done kissing, I was like, I don't understand. Why is Sinaye singing? See, let me be honest. I feel this would be the best moment with a lady that Sinaye has had in the show. Better than what he had with Z, who is actually having issues with her man, Papi, young Papi. But however, we like the fact that there's a new ship that's starting, because the other ones we've gotten used to, it's seeming like the same circle. Papagos and Lerato being and defending each other and they're fighting behind the scenes. Jared always breaking up with Elsa Mpumi, always encouraging or promising Liema that he's going to stick to her, but then always going back to the other girls every time. We like this new ship and everything that's going to happen. But I'm going to bring you more updates as the week goes by.